Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Friday, January 15, 2021.
The Philippines is ordering 17 million more doses of AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine as Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship Jose Maria Joey Concepcion III assured the country will not be left behind in battling the pandemic. Concepcion, who is representing the private sector, Palace spokesman Harry Roque Jr., vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr., and AstraZeneca Pharmaceuticals Philippines Incorporated President Lotis Ramin led the ceremonial signing of the tripartite deal with about 300 companies and 39 local government units or LGUs on Thursday. The new agreement follows the initial deal with the British drug maker last November for 2.6 million doses of its vaccine. In his speech, Concepcion said the signing of the deal showed that these vaccines are the way forward in helping our Filipino people save lives and livelihood. He thanked President Rodrigo Duterte and Galvez for allowing the LGUs to be part of the tripartite agreement. Concepcion said he hoped AstraZeneca would continue to support both the private sector and the government, saying that the demand for vaccines, especially for those coming from the LGUs and the private sector, is quite immense. U.S. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell on Wednesday blocked a quick Senate impeachment trial for U.S. President Donald Trump, but did not rule out that he might eventually vote to convict the now twice impeached president. Minutes after the House voted 232 to 197 to impeach Trump, McConnell said in a statement that Trump's Senate trial will not start before January 19, the chamber's next scheduled business day. It's also the day before Democrat Joe Biden is inaugurated as president and about the time Democrats take over majority control of the Senate. The timetable essentially means McConnell is dropping the trial into Democrats' laps. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian on Thursday called anew for the passage of a bill that requires the registration of all users of prepaid subscriber identity module cards or SIM cards to enable authorities to easily trace online fraud. Gatchalian, vice chairman of the Senate Economic Affairs Committee, said a number of individuals in recent months have fallen prey to online fraudsters who hacked prepaid SIM cards. The senator, who was himself a recent victim of online fraud, learned that hackers managed to charge to his credit card account an online food delivery after accessing a security feature on web-based services, the one-time password, or OTP, using a prepaid mobile phone. The senator, who as early as 2016 filed a bill mandating the registration of all users of prepaid SIM cards, cited the urgency of regulating SIM card sale and distribution. He refiled the measure in July 2019. The country's recovery from the coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 is within sight, President Rodrigo Duterte said on Thursday, as additional vaccine supply has been secured because of the unity and principled partnership between the government and private sector. Duterte expressed optimism on the country's recovery from the pandemic after lauding the signing on Thursday the tripartite deal with about 300 companies and 39 local government units for the acquisition of 17 million doses of vaccines developed by British drug maker AstraZeneca. The government will likely extend the travel ban on countries where cases of new COVID-19 variants were reported after the health department confirmed the first case of the United Kingdom variant in the country. In a press conference on Thursday, Palace spokesman Harry Roque Jr. said members of the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases or IATF-EID would discuss later today extending the ban beyond January 15. The ban covers travelers from 33 countries where the new variants have been detected. Filipinos from those countries will be allowed to return home, but have to be tested and quarantined. Roque said the government will likely include the United Arab Emirates in the list of banned countries after a Filipino who returned home from the Middle Eastern country tested positive for the COVID-19 variant. Roque maintained that the government is not inclined to impose a total travel ban on the 33 countries with new variants despite recent developments. Meanwhile, the Department of Health has started the contract tracing of passengers of that Emirates flight where the Filipino who tested positive for that new COVID-19 strain. He is currently in a quarantine facility in Quezon City and is in stable condition. His girlfriend and traveling companion, while testing negative, is in isolation. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeres said, out of the 159 passengers from EK332 from Dubai to Manila, the Epidemiology Bureau managed to contact 92 passengers, 58 of whom responded. Vergeres said that 23 passengers sat in the 4 rows in front, behind, and side of the patient and his girlfriend. From this group, 12 of the 15 who were contacted responded. In business, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas is likely to sustain its monetary policy easing this year to support the country's economic recovery, according to First Metro Investment Corporation, or FMIC. In a briefing on Thursday, FMIC Executive Vice President Daniel Camacho said the investment bank was optimistic that the economy will start to see recovery, which may cause a slight uptick in inflation due to higher demand. He added that while FMIC forecasts inflation to settle within the 2 to 4% target of the government, higher oil prices may provide an upward pressure on consumer prices. Over to sports, Filipino boxer Jerwin Angcajas said he is excited to defend his International Boxing Federation super flyweight title against Mexican Jonathan Rodriguez in April. Angcajas said Rodriguez is fearless and is excited to face him. Rigoberto Tiglao is today's front page columnist. He cites blogger Roberto Reyes on the establishment of the League of Filipino Students, which is claimed to be a communist front. Today's editorial discusses the efficacy and safety of COVID-19 vaccines. Read the full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. With the Fort Ville Serran, this is Arik John Sico reporting. May you have a good day and stay safe.